The Baikal is a Siberian pearl, and now I want to show the most uninhabited and wild part of it, where is almost no tourist at all. This is Northern Baikal. My trip started in Severobaikalsk. Severobaikalsk translated from Russian as Northern Baikal. So I think it's easy to figure out where is this town located. I came here especially to find out unique sights and amazing wildlife. Severobaikalsk is the biggest settlement on the Baikal coastline. Its population estimated around 23,000 people. This is one of the youngest towns in Russia. It was founded in 1984. Pay attention to strange farmhouses. It was made due to frequent earthquakes on the Baikal, notably. And the second reason was to make closed courtyards out of wind. Well, it's looking interesting at least. Severobaikalsk was built like as one of significant station of BAM, Baikal-Amur Main Line. This railway was the important one thing of ideology in 80s of USSR. Actually, the maximum population was almost 30,000 people after the BAM construction was finished. But Soviet governors were planning to grow up Severobaikalsk to 100,500 people. What a holy jokers we were! Finally, BAM construction led to next collapse of USSR. But this is another huge topic for our video. People lived here for quite a long time. Selo Baikalskaya was founded in 18th century approximately. Before Russians came, this place was populated by Tunguses or Evenkis. It's so similar. Baikalskaya is located right next to Cape Luder. This is a small area really in demand. Even drawings of ancient men remained on the cape itself. The northwestern coast of the Baikal has small areas of the steppe, which are rich in variety of plant species. Conservation of biodiversity makes it possible to maintain the sustainability of the ecosystem. This is especially important in such unique ecosystem as Lake Baikal. Stunning fields are located near the cape. Russian name steppe meant natural area what's similar with prairie in North America or with pampas in South America. The Tungus and Evenkis used them for grazing. Now, mostly Russian residents live in Baikalskaya, but the traditions of raising horses still remain here. It's an absolutely wonderful scenery when the horse is walking in steppe. Absolutely Mongolia-like landscape. Life in Baikalskaya will not seem like a paradise. Now 600 people permanently live here. There is a school and a museum are existing. Real Russian chthony. I am feeling that all things in absolutely right places here. It's an absolutely strange feeling of good shape what all 8 teams located in this place where it should be. Russian chthon is an amazing phenomena what is appreciated and understood by the younger generations of Russians. If we take more practical approach to this issue, young people like half-abandoned, almost extinct settlements, where the atmosphere of stalker. However, Baikalska would be suitable for filming another stalker again. Actually, Russian history is a history about the cruelty and war. So I think every country's history have a place for this. In 20th century, Russia survived the last period of industrialization. And the resources for industrialization, in fact, were people. The whole Soviet history is a story first of all about the exploitation of a person, as a cog in some big mechanism. A real Soviet proletarian. The 30s were remembered with particular cruelty, when it was building up its military potential due to following the Second World War. Fortunately, the Soviet Union was a huge country, and at the same time with a huge population. The vastness and largeness of the territory has become a great curse for the country. People were exiled to the farthest corners of the country in order to get a grain of gold, to the so-called gulags, war camps for prisoners. One of these was in northern Baikal, Gulag Boguchan. It's not difficult to get to the Sludyansky edits. A path leads here from the road. The only danger now is only the possibility of meeting a bear. A few years ago, the edits were blown up, but people couldn't get there for security reasons. The prisoners worked in unusually difficult conditions and mined mica for the country. Sluda translated from Russian like Mika. There is almost no memory of these terrible times in Russia. The only reminder is island in the Baikal, named after a camp, Boguchan. However, it's clearly visible from the edits. I came to the local museum in Nizhneangarsk to find out more responses on my questions about Boguchan and not only.
Вот видите, в углу стоит кованая бадья. В 30-е годы прошлого столетия был лагерь политических заключенных из глубины. Вот в таких бадьях, вот там же штольни есть, да. И в таких бадьях вот как раз с 60-70-метровой глубины вручную вот это заключенные поднимали вот эту породу слюда. Слюда в основном используется в электрорадиотехнике, в изготовлении зеркал и стекол раньше использовалось еще.
Museum has also specialized on the culture of local ethnicities and history of these lands.
Ой, в 2009 году, так как в августе, да, смерч был на Байкале в 2009 году. Ну, явление может повторяться раз в 60-70 лет, но в 2019 году туристы тоже видели, заметили. То есть мы над природой поизгалялись, теперь природа уже над нами, как говорится.
And there are also a lot of artifacts remind about Baikal Amur mainline construction. For example, in such tiny temporary houses builders lived. In Nizhneangarsk located the most northern point of the Baikal. Surprisingly, the water temperature here is the highest on the Baikal, maybe only excluding some bays. By reason of this is the least deep part of the lake, thus the water heats up faster here. This is Yarki Island, sandy bar separating the mouth of Verkhnya Angara River and the Baikal. Over time, this island is destroyed under the influence of wind and tidal waves. The island stretches for 30 kilometers straight to the opposite shore. You probably also thought, where is the opposite shore? Why it's not visible? It's just what our esteemed and deeply beloved government said that putting out fires in Siberia is economically unprofitable. Okay, I got it. I should to go to eastern side and show you it closer anyway. Moreover, there is really something to show you. But the biggest difficulty is how to get there. The width of lake in this area is approximately 30 kilometers. However, in summer you can get there by boat in 1 hour. On the eastern side is Ayaya Bay. This place I wish to visit very long time. Honestly, I wish to visit just the northern parts of Baikal because of its remoteness and feeling in the wild, where there is no people almost. Ayaya Bay is real treasure of northern Baikal. Historically, these lands were called Podlemoria, which is translated from Russian as near the sea. By the way, all local nations call Baikal not a lake, but a sea. Take a vibe of a Siberian sea. On the shore of a bay there is a cordon of a Frolich reserve, and its main asset is Lake Frolich. The reserve's territory is monitored by foresters. These are Vera Vasilyevna and Yuri Maximovich.
Этот участок, он создан для того, чтобы природа могла себя восстановить. Создавался он, вот нам как раз 45 лет, создавался он по той причине, что в связи со строительством БАМа нагрузка антропогенная очень сильно возросла. И у строителей БАМа была такая техника, что они могли и пролететь, и проехать, пролезть везде. Ну и, в общем, стало ясно, что скоро не останется ни рыбы, ни зверя, ни птиц. Вот по этой причине создавался фролихинский заказник.
Юрий Максимович, это все ваши поделки, которые вот есть на территории кордона, на территории стоянок туристических?
Нет, ну это общие, семейный наш подряд, как бы. Но вот здесь вот, допустим, вот это сын все сделал, заборы вот эти, то есть вот там вместе мы, где вот с бабушкой.
А я с дедушкой.
Стоянки там делали.
Сначала мы приехали сюда вдвоем. В общем, у нас этот стиль пошел сдавший. 2 года проработали в заповеднике. Началось с того, что у нас не было материала. Мы попробовали сделать скамеечку. Получилось и очень понравилось туристам. Мы решили оформить вот в таком же стиле территорию возле гостевых домов. Вот приехал директор, ему тоже понравилось. Сказал, продолжайте. Вот, мы сюда привнесли тоже. А самое главное, хотелось, чтобы это было как-то перекликалось с этникой, с чем-то вот с диким, с чем-то с необычным, с таким, чего не увидишь в городской квартире или в городском дворе. Люди едут же посмотреть что-то интересное, необычное. Ну, мы думаем, что у нас получилось, судя по тому, вот какие отзывы от туристов.
Obviously, tourists come here to see Lake Frolich too. But to get to it, you need to overcome the 7 kilometers long trail. There is a very high probability of meeting a bear. And in my opinion, the best meeting with bear is this one what never happened. So let's go there. Here I go. To be clear, I was surprised by such good stuff here. You may also have an excursion by catamaran on the lake. I think I wished more during the sailing to see bears from the boat at least. Forrester said that it's absolutely real here, but not for me. They come into lake for finding fish. The lake is inhabited by Davatchan, a Venki's name of Arctic char, unique for such southern latitude, and I remind you that the north of the Baikal is located approximately at the latitude of the Moscow. The lake is divided into two parts, left and right Frolich. The left Frolich is completely forbidden for tourists to visit. So we are heading to the right Frolich. Between the two parts is the Midwesia Mountain. It was so named for its characteristic slopes, which looks like traces from the paws of a bear. Actually, the one and our reason to visit Frolich is Nadezhda's waterfall. By the way, previous tourist groups saw the bear during trailing until the waterfall. But we saw just only grouse. This is certainly not Niagara Falls, but in any case a very nice bonus for such a trip. Lake Frolich is a stunning place in a remote and inaccessible part of Baikal. Due to its remoteness, the place is also little known even among Russians. But every year its popularity is growing. Therefore, Department of Ecology is soon planning to create a national park on the basis of a neighboring Barguzinsky Reserve. By the way, the very first reserve in Russia since the time of the Russian Empire. It's really hard to leave such amazing places, but I must. So is one more difficult thing to find the boat to next stop on my route, Hakusi. I think this place is more civilized, if only because there is already a small resort with thermal springs. The distance between these 2 points is approximately 15 kilometers by the shore. Tourists also making hiking trails here, and you may enjoy the La Palma sceneries with Siberian vibe also.
Таня, пойдем в водичку погреемся. Да, поплыли.
Do you remember, in the beginning I told you about the high seismic activity on the Baikal? Here we can find another one huge consequence of it, thermal springs. There are a lot of, especially on the northern parts of the Baikal, and Hakusi is one of them. Now I wanna take the hottest bath. Honestly, I don't know how to do it right. Water temperature is approximately 50-60 degrees by Celsius. Incredibly hot. Just imagine when you're taking a bath somewhere in taiga near the Baikal. I think it's fantastic vibe of the wild. The bath is truly hot, guys. Hakusi reminds me of a pirate harbor in Tortuga. It's hard to even imagine what temperature reached here in winter. Minus 40 degrees, but on average minus 25. Visiting hot springs in winter is also quite an exciting experience, I think. Summer on northern Baikal is short and late. In June there are fogs until Baikal warms up. The warmest months are July and August. But such a short period didn't frighten the settlers. Back in the middle of the 17th century, the Verkhnyangarsky Ostrog was founded here. It was founded by the Cossacks during the conquest and exploration of Siberia. People here managed to grow wheat, grow collecting berries, mushrooms and logging. Another impetus to development was given by the construction of a BAM. But no large settlements didn't appear hereafter. Only small settlements appeared at the stations. It's interesting that different nations of the USSR also participated in the construction of different sections and stations of the BAM, in order to demonstrate the involvement of everyone in this project. It was the last one day of my traveling in northern Baikal. And I didn't regret of this day. It was my first ever meeting with bear. Fortunately, we met him during the riding by car to another local resort with thermal springs, Zelinda. Thermal Springs is a lovely place for aggregating of all wildlife, especially of reptiles. They come in here because of a higher temperature of local grounds, and it allows them to stay alive after a harsh winter. Here is the most northern eastern population of grass snake. Absolutely wonderful feeling for me. My inner explorer is happy enough.